is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Monday, March 22nd. I'm Jeff, here with my friends Stephanie and Brandon. Good weekends, guys?
Yeah, some great games in March Madness, and I watched on Netflix Operation Varsity Blues. Must see.
Ooh.
Must see.
It's on the list.
Yeah,
it's on the list this week, but my team, Illinois, is out. They got knocked out. Ooh, but knocked out by Loyola Chicago. They made us play each other.
Nice.
I'm sure you're up to date on the NCAA
No idea
tournament.
what you're talking about, but it sounds wonderful.
There you go. All right, let's get to it, guys.
Go sports.
It's NCAA, it's March Madness right now. All right, so Claudia Conway made another appearance on American Idol last night, and this time around, she brought her mother, Kelly Ann Conway, to cheer her on. Here's a look at some of her performance during the first round of Hollywood Week.
So shut your mouth and run me like a river. Shut your mouth, baby, stand and deliver. Holy hands, they make me a sinner. Like a river, like a river. Shut your mouth and run me like a river.
Yeah. Nice.
In the end, Claudia did make it through to the next round, so that performance was good enough to go on. Unlike Illinois.
Why the?
Yeah, what's
why
with the, she's got a new look going on too.
I like the look. She's got a pop style look. She can sing a lot better than I can, that's for sure. I wouldn't even get it through the first room. They wouldn't even want me in there. No, actually, they probably would, just to laugh at me, because I'm awful.
That's my favorite part.
Oh yeah, my favorite part too is watching other people like me that cannot sing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think there are some other singers that are stronger, and I think she's got through maybe on the merit of her social media following.
Okay.
But that's nothing new also in TV. I mean, I don't know what people expect.
So I'm kind of going to agree with Stephanie on this one, and I think they're going to make us right, because if we saw that Kellyanne stand up, she clapped, so we saw the heartfelt moment. Now it's time for producers to throw the bombshell on there. It's time for you to show the drama. Maybe they're backstage, she's warming up. She's like, Mom, leave me alone while I'm singing or something. Because honestly, a lot of people think that's why she was brought onto the show. So if she keeps going and she keeps wowing people with her voice, then that's great. But if they try and throw some drama in there, then that just affirms what she was on there for.
I don't think anyone was wowed by her voice with it. I mean, I feel mean saying it, but I mean, she was all right.
Listen, but like you said, this is nothing new. If you have a good storyline for these shows, especially shows that have been on like American Idol for years, it's all about the storyline. You want to root for somebody, right? They take somebody who's down and out on their luck or whatever the story may be, and you invest your time and you want this person to win. This is just another storyline.
Yeah.
People at home, I don't know if they know that or not, but it's not necessarily her talent, which it should be. It's the storyline. It gets people tuning in.
I am a little bit torn though, because she can hold a tune, and she has got a bit of a look about her, and she has got a good following. So is that enough?
I mean, it's that it factor, right?
I don't watch her and be like, whoa, she needs to go through.
To be a big star, you need the storyline, you need the look.
Yeah, but it's only going to be one or two big stars that come from the show. Not everyone's a winner.
Listen, to be honest with you, I don't care. I'm happy.
But you should though, Jeff, because as you being a parent, you're going to deal with your kids being teenagers and going up against what you say and maybe disagreeing with some of the things that you may even say on this show. So we're seeing that play out right now.
Yeah. I guess you're right. But here's the thing. She said she wanted to separate herself kind of from her parents and make her own name.
Yeah.
If my son said that, I would say get the cameras off me. Right?
Okay.
I don't want to steal the
I wouldn't be
spotlight
turning up
for
as a
my
parent
kid. I want you to do this on your own merit. And if you get cut, it's actually a great learning lesson for you, right? But I don't like actually that she was in the corner clapping and she's part of the storyline, because they're just perpetuating that. You know what I mean? A little bit.
Agreed.
But good luck to the Conways. All right. Kylie Jenner is facing backlash after asking for donations from fans to help pay for her makeup artist's medical bills. So Kylie shared his GoFundMe page on Instagram with a plea to contribute after she gave $5,000 of her own money to start it off. So the page was set up by his family after he got into a car accident. So far, it raised almost $100,000. But Twitter wasn't on board. One person tweeted, quote, Kylie Jenner bought her toddler a $15,000 handbag, but is asking her fans for money. Another said, Kylie Jenner really asked us for money like we made the Forbes list. And another person tweeted, imagine being that rich and still begging for regular people with regular incomes to help your friend. Someone make it make sense. All right, where are we standing on this one?
That's why I don't like not so much I don't like. That's why it's dangerous sometimes for people to tweet out some sort of GoFundMe, especially someone who's making an exorbitant amount of money, because it's like, oh, you only gave your makeup artist $5,000. Well, how much am I supposed to give my dog walker? How much am I supposed to give my nanny? How much am I supposed to give my driver? Like in that sort of sense, and that those are kind of good problems, to have to have that type of money to just throw around like that to help people. But I just hate how everyone looks and they're like, oh, you made X, you should be giving Y. Right. Because when someone donates money to a GoFundMe for one of their friends, hey, you're making let's say that person's making $100,000 a year and you only donated $150. Should we scrutinize that person's charity?
Yeah, no, I'm with you on this one. Are you on the same page? Because I'm with Brandon on this one. You can't always have your hands out, right? Every time she goes to dinner, she's expected to pay because she's got a successful business. It's like, you can't fill every hand that's out, right? She makes $1 million per Instagram post. That was back in 2018.
Yeah.
I just looked. She gave that guy $1 million credit, basically, and put that out there for him. So it's not like she didn't do anything.
Well, also, he also has helped her in that success, though, because the reason why Kylie Jenner is a billionaire is because of her makeup line. The reason why she looks so good in those campaigns is because of that person. I'm not saying that she should pay for him, and I think no one should be expected to pay anyone's medical bills, right? If you can contribute, amazing, like fantastic, help people out. I feel like she can't win though here, because if she hadn't have posted that and people just saw the name Kylie Jenner in 5,000, then she'd have got grief, like saying, why haven't you promoted it? Why haven't you given more? If she'd done it under an anonymous name and given even more, they'd say, oh well, Kylie could have put her hand in her pocket and given it out. Or she's never going to win in this situation. But I just think it's come at a time where people are really struggling. People have been out of work. A lot of people have got medical bills right now due to COVID, like very serious matters. And, you know, I think people will see that as, oh, well, she's so rich, she should just pay for it. But then again, like, he's not an immediate member of a family. So, I mean, it's so difficult. But I feel bad for her, because I feel like she can't win either way. If she doesn't promote it and get him help, then he probably wouldn't get that money. If she does promote it, then people are going to come after her. It's terrible. She's only trying to do something nice for a friend at the end of the day.
That's all. You can't help everybody, I guess. All right, so let's get this last story, and we want to give a big birthday shout out to William Shatner. Get this, 90 years old today. To mark the milestone, the Star Trek actor is boldly going where no man has gone before. He's the first person to have his life story captured by Storyfile. The company plans to create an AI version of Shatner that will be able to communicate with people long after he's gone. This is cool. Let's watch.
Imagine if you could record yourself in a way that future generations, hundreds of years from now, could talk to you, and you could talk back. That's possible. With Storyfile, we can now be present in the future. Your authentic self for all time. The future is now.
I love that. I love that. I think you're going to see a lot of this, and I think you're going to see it go even deeper now, because leaving some sort of digital footprint to preserve your legacy is how you fight cancel culture in the year 5021. You know, because what if they come up with, you know, if they're like, oh, well, William Shatner did this or said this, he's not going to be there to defend himself. So if you go deeper with these AI things, then you can really talk about things to really, like I said, preserve your legacy. I think they should go deeper with these.
I think it's pretty cool, especially for celebrities, right? I think everyone has a camera now at home, and you can make your own videos and pass them on, and you could store those now. As the old days, you got to find that VHS tape. But do you like this idea?
I think it's cool, but I also find it really scary. I think, you know, at what point are people calling you up and impersonating you to get in your bank account or scam you and things with like voice recognition and all that kind of stuff? I think it's a bit scary.
As a hologram? You can get scammed with an AI digital thing?
Are you joking? Of course.
Who's going to take your bank account when you're dead?
Also, have you not seen where they superimpose people's faces on like all the videos and like CCTV? So in the future, if there's a crime, they could superimpose someone else's face on it.
But that's a deep fake video. I'm thinking these AI videos are like if you go to a museum and you go and you like, hey, William Shatner, what was it like on Star Trek?
This isn't a deep fake. This is a message to the audience of the future.
I'm just saying, technology can be scary.
Gosh, didn't see March Madness. No, you're saying,
oh, they caught me on camera.
Oh, did they?
No, they just said we had to skip that last beat, and I go, oh, I thought you guys were on camera. Anyways, maybe we'll save it for later. Coming up on DBL, Dynasty's Emma Sams. She's revealing her experience as a COVID long hauler. Plus, she tells us all about her run on the popular primetime soap opera. Then up next, celebrities tell all about their sex lives. What Suzanne Summers is revealing about her morning bedroom routine. You're going to want to stick around and hear this. And Orlando Bloom jokes about life with Katy Perry after a baby.
Closed captioning provided by
The Verify team exists to bring you the facts about the COVID-19 vaccines and answer the questions that you care about. On Facebook, we found posts like this. I'm allergic to egg and cannot take the flu shot. Am I cleared to get the vaccine? Others like this one ask the same about shellfish allergies. So let's verify. If you have food allergies, should you still get the vaccine? Our sources are the CDC, Dr. Linda Nabha, an infectious diseases expert with the University of Pittsburgh, and Dr. Namanje Bumpus from Johns Hopkins University, who says food allergies are not a concern here.
Food allergies are not contraindicated, milk allergy, egg allergy, any of that.
And Dr. Nabha told us that there's no reason a shellfish allergy should keep you from getting a vaccine.
Shellfish is okay.
The CDC agrees, saying that they recommend, quote, that people get vaccinated even if they have a history of severe allergic reactions not related to vaccine or injectable medications, such as food, pet, venom, environmental, or latex allergies. So we can verify that yes, if you have food allergies, you should still get a COVID-19 vaccine. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov.
Back to DBL. Orlando Bloom is spilling the deets on his sex life with his partner Katy Perry. Aren't they married?
Yeah. They're engaged.
Oh, they're engaged. Okay. During an interview with The Guardian, the actor was asked how often he and Katy had sex, which I can't believe you could even ask that in this day and age. And Orlando replied, quote, not enough, attributing that to Katy recently giving birth to their daughter. There's a lot going on there, but let's get to this one too. Meantime, Suzanne Summers and her husband of 44 years can't seem to keep their hands off each other. Speaking on Heather Dubrow's podcast, the 74-year-old actress, 74, says they have a very healthy sex life. Let's listen.
Because of hormones, we're having a lot of sex. And at this stage of life, most people think that's, over the hill. What time is it? Like noon? I've had sex with him 3 times so far today. What is this thing about 4:30 in the morning that suddenly there he is? And I'm going, could you just wait till the sun comes up?
Get real.
I'm sorry. I believe her.
You believe her?
I kind of believe her, Jeff. Because
you only brush your teeth twice a day. Don't tell me you're having sex 3 times before noon.
Because when I went and I read this article, and they were talking about there's a rise in STIs in senior living facilities, and how seniors over the age of 55 years old. I couldn't believe it. It's like it's a bunny ranch at these senior living facilities. So it's like, we stigmatize this. It's a part of ageism, thinking that they can't go have their fun, but remember, they were young Thundercats back in the day, so why not? Why not? I don't see why not.
I'm not saying I believe that it's 3 times a day, because I do feel like that's very excessive, but this is terrible. I was talking about my grandparents earlier. They were crazy. My grandparents were crazy. And I remember my granny at the age of 89 telling me that her and my granddad still having sex all the time. And I was just like, I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, but it's not even ageism. It's not even that. 3 times a day for an 18-year-old is like every day? Come on.
So you think she's embellishing?
But I think
embellishing? No, she's lying.
I think if you're having sex that often before noon, I'm not saying she's a sex addict, because I can't speak for her. And also I was looking into it, what defines you as being a sex addict? And it depends on, obviously, if it's interfering with your life or your job or whatever else. So it's up to her what she does. But I just think that's excessive. If you were an alcoholic and you said I drank 3 bottles of vodka before noon, or if you smoked cigarettes and you said I smoked 3 packs of cigarettes before noon, we'd be like, ooh, that's a lot,
Yeah, I don't know if it's comparative, but we've tried to get her on the show multiple times.
And she won't come on.
Well,
Why?
something keeps happening. I don't know. Maybe we know what's happening.
I hope she does. I hope she does come on there because I mean I don't want details, but I would like to know because people people get old.
Speaking of details, it was a little weird that they asked Orlando Bloom like, how many times do you have sex with Katy Perry? I mean, in today's day and age, that was a little weird too. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Dynasty's Emma Samms. She's telling us all about her crazy experience with COVID, plus her fondest memories on the primetime soap opera. You don't want to miss it.
A new study says the Florida mother is a frontline healthcare worker who received her first dose of the Moderna vaccine when she was 30 weeks pregnant. She gave birth 3 weeks later to a healthy baby with COVID-19 antibodies. Doctors believe the mother passed on those antibodies through the placenta, but more research needs to be done. The idea of a mom passing on protections to her baby is not new. Starting in the second trimester, a pregnant woman starts passing important disease-fighting molecules onto her fetus. This ramps up as the pregnancy goes on and is critical to helping newborns fight off infections. These maternal antibodies help protect babies until their own immune system matures and they are old enough to be vaccinated themselves. Pregnant women were not in the original trials for the Moderna and Pfizer coronavirus vaccines, a common practice in these studies, but Pfizer has announced a large-scale trial with expectant mothers, and Moderna has created a registry to track how pregnant women respond to the vaccine.
Welcome back to DBL. Dynasty hit primetime TV in 1981 and is one of the most well-known soap operas to date. Earlier, actress Emma Samms joined Sam, Al, and Lindsay to look back at the legendary show. Let's take a look.
What's your name?
How can I tell you when I don't know myself? Please, help me.
Yeah, there she is,
Yay.
Emma Samms. Welcome to DBL. We are so thrilled that you could join us. The world is slowly edging towards the end of the pandemic. But as a COVID-19 long hauler, also known as long COVID, you still have no end in sight. Please tell us how you are doing. What has this past year been like for you? Our hearts are with you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's been the most bizarre thing, really, to have become unwell a year ago now and just to have never got better. You know, occasionally I have moments, good days, you know, sometimes there'll be a good day, but even a good day isn't me feeling like I was before. I used to be really fit, you know. I used to work out. For a lady of a certain age, I think I was, you know, in good shape. And now I you know, the stairs, going up the stairs sometimes is too much for me. It's immensely frustrating.
All right, I'm going to try and sneak in two questions here because I have one on the prompter, but I have one that I think our viewers that are experiencing this could benefit from. It seems like even though you're a long hauler and that can lead to depression, it seems like your spirit is still high. What do you do on a daily, hourly basis to kind of keep retraining your mind to stay on task?
Well, I'm very lucky. Some people with long COVID are stuck alone, completely alone at home. I have a marvelous partner who lives with me, who's incredibly helpful and supportive and kind, and that makes obviously a huge difference. I don't have little kids. You know, I can't imagine trying to look after little children and feel this way. So in many respects, you know, I'm one of the lucky ones.
All right, well, we're also lucky, too, because the pandemic has given us time to revisit our favorite nostalgic primetime soaps like Dynasty, and that show has delivered some amazing cat fights. Well, it has, but you have to know about that mud fight with Heather Locklear. Was it as much fun as it looked like it was?
It doesn't look like fun, I tell you something. It was, I mean, I have to say, look, she pushes my face into the mud, and look at that. So the mud went to the top of both of my nostrils.
Oh, no.
That's how real it was.
Well,
and
as long as you won.
And of course, I don't think I did.
Yeah.
I think they wrote that it was a draw.
Right. A draw, we would say.
So Joan Collins played your scheming mother, and it's also considered one of TV's most evil villains. But off camera, you said she actually had a profound effect on how you saw yourself as a woman. Can you describe that?
Well, I think Joan's performance as Alexis actually empowered a lot of women. Made women realize that, you know, you could be sexy when you're older than 25, and you could be powerful. You could run a business. You could be just as tough as the men, if not tougher. And I think she did a lot for women around the world.
So well said, Emma. Amen. So while we were talking about soap operas, you also play fan favorite Holly Sutton on GH, General Hospital, and you've been doing it on and off since 1982. Some of our viewers have written in. They want you to give them the scoop. Are you going to return once more?
Well, right before the pandemic, I was sort of planning to come back and do another little stint. Obviously, everything has been put on hold, partly because it's not safe to travel and partly because I'm not well enough to work. But the producers have been so incredibly kind and supportive, and assuming they continue to be that until I get better, and I will get better. I'm sure I will get better. Then hopefully, yes, then Holly Sutton Scorpio will be back on General Hospital. Fingers crossed.
Amen. Kudos to you. You will remain in our thoughts and prayers for a full recovery. I know it will happen, Emma. You will prevail in the end. We'll be right back.
It's great meeting
Thank you, Emma.
Thanks, Emma.
Great interview. We'll be right back, everybody.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Inside these precious vials is a map to defeating the coronavirus. But you probably wondered, what's all this other liquid in the vial? Our sources, Dr. William Moss, a vaccines expert from Johns Hopkins University, Dr. Bruce Walker, an immunology expert from the Harvard Medical School, and the CDC.
The briefing document that the company submitted to the FDA that you can get online actually have all the ingredients listed.
Like Dr. Moss says, it's all out in the open. This is a list of the active and inactive ingredients for the vaccines. But what does it all mean? Let's start at the core. All three vaccines have a genetic map to show your body how to create immunity. For Pfizer and Moderna, it's mRNA. For Johnson & Johnson, it's a spike protein.
All vaccines have some kind of vehicle in which they're delivered.
The vehicle for the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines is a nanoparticle.
Basically, mRNA, some fats that basically protect the RNA.
Johnson & Johnson's vaccine uses a non-replicating virus as its vehicle. So, what's the rest of this liquid in the vial?
And then it's just these kind of salts, salt solutions or buffer solutions, basically water and salt.
It's a solution that's partly salt water and partly something called polyethylene glycol,
which, according to our experts, is standard for vaccines.
According to Dr. Walker, these vaccines don't stay in the body for all that long. Take, for example, he says the mRNA vaccines, those only stay in the body for about a day or two. With your Verify, I'm Matt Gregory.
Welcome back to DBL. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Our co-host Al and I interviewed William Shatner back in season 1 of Daily Blast Live. He was with Henry Winkler promoting the show. Let's just say I got burnt. It wasn't my fault, though. Check this out. It said ABC in the prompter, I swear.
No. You know what?
I understand this is your first show. It happens when you're...
A zing from Shatner. Whoever put ABC is going to pay for that one. All right, here we go. It was ABC in the prompter, and we had it was NBC, but a zing from Shatner highlighted my career. We'll see you guys tomorrow.